So there it is, Gray Zone Warfare by Madfinder Games. What did you all think of the second release trailer? I'm excited for this game. I want to go over a couple things before I let you guys go. Right off the bat, I really love the fact that the weapon is kind of right in the front right here, and it's not that generic kind of holding all the way up here like a lot of first-person shooters do. The game world looks absolutely lush and beautiful. I want to know how they're going to balance this huge open world, like how Ubisoft creates their open worlds. It's very hard to create these big, immense open worlds and have it heavily populated, not only from a design perspective, but I know it's a lot on hardware to run between AI and graphics and everything. There's only so much we can do in games right now, and what developers can bring to us in these huge open worlds, and that's understandable. So I want to see how this indie dev studio is going to bring to life a huge open world that is a PVEVP game. So moving forward, I'd like to hear them talk about maybe the size of the game world, how much of it is really occupied. There was a showcase in the first trailer that it had kind of like a radioactive like you can't go in this area type of thing. I don't know if that has to do with anything in the game, or they just kind of show that. Maybe it'll get cut, maybe it won't. Is there kind of like a dark zone type area in this game that's kind of contaminated or whatnot? I don't know. There's so much more to learn about this game. I think moving forward for the studio, they've showcased all they can right now, and it looks great. I think they need to actually show mechanics now moving forward, how things are going to work. It's really good to see these developers really nail the fundamentals of these weapons and adding them to the animations. I think a lot of AAA studios are looking at what these indie studios are doing, whether it's Ready or Not, Ground Branch. Now with this game, it's really setting a high level for the industry as a whole to really step up their game and ensure that if you're going to enter the tactical shooter space, you need to make it as realistic as possible, because that's what these indie studios are doing, let alone, AAA. So these AAA studios are really, I feel like the indie studios are setting the bar for these AAA studios to really be like, what's going on here? Because you could play something like Call of Duty and you're getting like an arcadey type of shooter. And these guys, these indie studios are really trying to bring something else, something different to gaming. I really am enjoying what I see with this game so far. The shooting looks good. I think everything, looks in order. What I do want to see though is how the audio design works in this game. If you guys have ever played Arma, or if you've ever now, you're playing Call of Duty, you've played Ghost Recon, Arma provides the sounds of bullets whizzing past your head, cracking, snapping, and that's something that basically no other game tries to replicate with their audio design. I'd like to see a lot of studios do that moving forward. It could be any game, third person, first person, arcade, not arcade. The snaps, the cracks, the whistles, bullets flying by your head. That type of audio design is really lacking in a lot of shooters nowadays, and Arma does it right. I'd like to see how these guys try to do it, and I'd like to see more studios moving forward, whether indie or AAA, really try to nail the audio design in tactical shooters. As we can see here, we are in the UI. You see your equipment, you see the dead body. The one thing I'd like to ask you guys, do you think this is going to be a Tarkov type of game? I know it's PVEVP, but what's the purpose of being on this game world? Are we tier 1 operators? Are we mercenaries? Are we trying to acquire loot from enemies like we do in Tarkov? Because if we die, we lose everything. How are they going to handle death? Things like this, like seeing this menu and seeing how this dead body has loot and maybe we could take loot from him. I want to know more of the game mechanics and the design around what we're actually doing in this game world. I think moving forward, the studio has already showcased 2 great trailers. We need not so much a Q&A, but one of those videos where a developer or community manager or something like that is going through gameplay and discussing to now the players what we're doing in this world, what are the objectives, what are the in-game mechanics that are important. As you can see, there's eating, there's drinking. How will these things affect us? If I'm thirsty, am I not able to run as much? If I'm hungry, do I have, weapon sway and things like that? I think discussing in-game mechanics next with this studio is pretty much what is in order, in my opinion. I think it's great to see the picture-in-picture. I think it should be a standard at this point in every shooter. We're still getting Call of Duty games and all these types of games on the market made by AAA studios that the whole picture zooms in. I know it's a lot of processing work. I know it's tough. You're rendering two different things at the same time. I know as developers, there's more to it than just what people might think there is. But if we're getting indie games doing this, I keep saying, moving forward, AAA studios are being put on notice right now. You guys have to hit the same level of what indie devs are doing. If an indie dev is providing these little details that bring the tactical shooter genre to life, you have to take notice and really say, yo, we need to do that. We need to do this. Because I understand things like Call of Duty. They're more of like arcade shooters. And there is a Avatar game coming out by Ubisoft. And there are different types of games out there, whether it's a third-person game or whatnot, that allow you to aim down sights and look at the entire battlefield. You have basically the reticle, and then you can see the game world. And a lot of them don't do the picture-in-picture when it comes to aiming in your scope. And I think it's time the entire industry gets on board with figuring this out and moving forward. I'm saying this moving forward stuff a lot, but it's true. Moving forward in gaming, within this genre of shooters, I think every game should really do this. And that's just my personal opinion. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Gray Zone Warfare by Madfinder Games. What do you all think? Are you excited for this game? What are the pros for you? What are the cons for you? I know a lot of you aren't PvPers. Maybe it's more of a PvE with a PvP off to the side. Will it be like The Division? Will they have a little dark zone area? Because I know in the first trailer they had kind of like a do not enter sign that they showcased. And why would they showcase that if it's not really a big part of the game? I don't know. Maybe there were just mines in that area. Who knows? And yeah, let me know. Are you going to purchase this game? Are you going to wishlist it? Is it on your radar? I know for a lot of you guys in the shooter space, you're playing Tarkov, you're playing Insurgency, you're playing Arma, playing Ready or Not, Ground Branch, all of these games. Maybe you're still playing Ghost Recon. This might be, right up your alley, and you're looking at it like, yo, damn, I can't wait for this to drop. I'm definitely excited for it. I know a lot of you are probably too. Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, what do you think? Pros, cons? What are you looking forward to? What are you not? Any questions you have for the devs? Throw them in the comment section. They have their community development team. They might be looking at certain channels. You never know. They might come by mine, look at comments. Oh, look at this. You never know. They're going to get big channels, I'm sure, like Drewski, looking at this game. So make sure you comment on those channels and, speak your mind so the developers can really hear what you have to say. And like I said, moving forward, I really hope we get to see what the gameplay mechanics are, because I'm excited to know what we're doing in this game world. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out of here. I've taken too much of your time already. Everybody have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. All right, guys. Peace.